Man, we don't have a few people to come in, man. I was just thinking about, I was reading an article this morning on the way to school, man, while I'm getting ready for finals, and I was just thinking about how so many employees go through different things and they struggle to get up to go to work, to have their bosses or superiors degrade them, maybe not directly, but subliminally and uh, in a way that, yeah, they're saying, yeah, I'm disrespecting you, but yeah, what you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? So I think that it's a shame. Man. I was reading an article about how the superintendent, deputy superintendent, gave the dog employee of the month. How you give a dog employee of the month when they got people like Deputy Warden Wren and so many other people, man, that are working hard, get up tirelessly, man, risking their lives and coming there every day to fix stuff, to do things, just to make their community safe. And not all people in prison are bad people, but you know what I mean. But they get up. A lot of guys got caught up in a bad situation. However, however, when you have a staff shortage, man, you're doing a hiring. You say that you're short on people, yet and still you bring in a dog that they donated to you, and you give him employee of the month instead of an employee. I think that's utterly and totally disrespectful in 2024. You know what I mean? Man, we got people getting up going to work every day, catching the ride to work. Some calling in sick because they can't make it to work. They don't have a ride to get to work. You know what I mean? And you got cars out there that really work that you can really let employees use to get back and forth to work. But you give a dog, a mangy mutt, who would have been satisfied with some kibbles and bits. You know what I mean? Employee of the month. Employee, not some mother, man, who's struggling, who just got a job and she's struggling to get back and forth to work. Not some mother that you don't went and told, hey, your relief didn't show up. You got to stay for another shift. So you got to pull a 24. You know what I mean? Not somebody who just went out and cut somebody down from hanging in a cell or called a family and told them that their loved one has died. Not one of those people. Not one of those people that get cursed out by the inmate because he feel like his points is not adjusted right. Not one of those people. You didn't give one of the case managers or the counselors who had to put up with the BS of offenders throwing piss and whatever else. Feast, fecal matter on them when they walk through. You know what I mean? You don't give them that. You give some mangy mutt that was donated to you that's buying the drugs that your camp support bringing in, that your camp support riding on four wheelers. You can't even, officer can't get a ride from camp to camp, but you got guys driving vehicles and trucks all day, going to the gas tank, filling them up. So the level of disrespect, man, in 2024 is unbelievable. I ain't no racist, man, but I don't like crackers in my soup. Let me say it again for those who don't understand. I ain't no racist, but I don't like crackers in my soup. You know what I mean? So I just think it's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, and it's a pity. It's a pity, man, that you can't tell all of them to walk off and stand up with each other because they need their money. They need to pay their bills, and I understand that because I've been in that situation, man. I've been homeless before. Yeah, a lot of y'all didn't know that, huh? And so that's the thing, man. That's the thing. But respect is respect. When your employee shows you, like the slave masters used to show uh, slaves back in the day, that his horse or his cow was worth more than your life. You know what I mean? When they used to take our black babies and throw them just to go gator hunting, take the kids and put them on a rope and throw them out just to go gator hunting, because he was worth no more than the dog that was standing on the bank. Why he didn't throw his dog in there? No, because he didn't want to lose that hound dog. So he'd rather take your baby and throw him in there to go alligator fishing. You know what I mean? And he would rather send you out there in the swamps to do his job instead of sending his dog in there. He ain't gonna let his dog go in there because the dog will get killed. You know, I want y'all to think about that, man. I want y'all to think about that. And the provisions of 3/5 is still in there. They never ratified that or removed it They still consider us 3/5 of a person. If you're an African American person, man, I just spoke at the legislature about us getting our voting. Why should we have to fight to get our voting rights back when as soon as you come home and get a job, you got to pay taxes? It's not up for discussion. You can't tell the state government or the IRS, I'm not gonna pay no taxes because I'm a convicted felon and I need a job. Man, you're gonna pay taxes, but I can't even vote. I can't even voice my opinion through the ballot. I can't even go to the polls and say this is who I want to represent me because I lost that right when you so-called allegedly put me uh, uh, put me under the gun for being a convicted felon. Not because the police framed me, and I'm still fighting to get the record off my, still fighting to get that charge off my record, but simply because you charged me as a felon. Even though I got my eyes back because I fought before I came home to get my eyes back, but there are so many other disenfranchised black men and women who got out of prison that don't have the right to vote. You know what I mean? Mississippi is 38% African American. I'm talking about adult registered voters. They're just registered voters. So you just imagine we could empower all the black men and women who were disenfranchised by the judicial system for that clause in the 13th Amendment that says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude should exist except for a commission of a crime. You know what I mean? Then you're still considered a slave. Yeah, go back and look at it. It's still in there. They didn't repeal that either. So you become a slave once again once you've been convicted for a crime. So I just think about that and think about the things, man, of what I was reading, the article I was reading about how you give a dog that was donated employee of the month when there's some mother that's barely feeding her kid working at Parsons waiting on her check, or once a month check, or her bi-weekly check, or some father, man, who's trying to make ends meet. You know what I mean? Then you wonder why it's so corrupt because they barely making it. When you get through paying your PERS and taxes and everything, man, they don't have enough left. They're making it check to check. They working on welfare, man. They working on welfare. But you disrespect the morality of the people, your employees that come back and forth through your gate every day by giving the dog employee of the month. What does that say about the people who go out there every day and have to spray mace on people that's fighting, that's knife fighting? Oh, I've been on the inside too, so I've seen the knife fight. You don't tell you about the guns that they find inside the system, under the bunks. He ain't went out to the pawn shop and got no gun. So how I get in there? He didn't go to AT&T and T and get no phone. So how did he get there? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man. You give a dog employee of the month. Man, that's sickening. Just to even read that, that's sickening. And that's my homeboy you got standing in the middle. He just don't know any better, man, because he just want to make it to his retirement. Yeah, K9 Sandler, a real good dude, real good family man, a strong black man of the community. He just want to stay away just so he can get to retirement. And I understand that. But you don't even give him employee of the month. Yeah. Castro can't get in the car and drive himself out there to go search for no drugs. Castro can't go to the store and get him no food and get him no bag of kibbles and bit. Somebody got to go get it. You know what I mean? So what you gonna do? You gonna make him a birthday cake with some cans of dog food, and put some dog treats on top of it, and light a candle for an employee of the month? What about the stipend that you give the people for employee of the month? Who's gonna get that? You want to give it to K9 Sound? K9 Sound, his handler? Yeah. What you gonna do with that? Yeah. But you got people out there, man, that's afraid to come to work. That's afraid to go out there and go to work. But you disrespect them. You disrespect them by giving them a dog employee of the month. Now I think about all the wardens that used to come out there at 2 or 3 in the morning. Because sometimes I used to have to go at 2 or 3 in the morning because the dude got stabbed and they don't expect him to make it. Or somebody dies and he's at the hospital. You know what I mean? And you got to put him in a van and just take him to the hospital because the ambulance won't crank up or won't start, or there's not enough staff there to drive it just to get him to the hospital. You know what I mean? There's somebody right now that's sitting out there at Parsons that did it 24. At least 10 employees that's out there that's on a double shift right now. And that K9 is sitting up in an air-conditioned room somewhere until you want to take him out there and walk him through the zone and look for some drugs. His belly full. He ain't got a care in the world. But there's somebody out there that's at work right now that had to do a double, wondering how did anybody get their kids to school, or is there going to be anybody to pick up their child from daycare? Right now, right now at Parkland, there's somebody out there right now that's sitting out there right now wondering that if it was forced to do a double, I'm gonna terminate you if you don't do a double. Guarantee you. But you sitting there, that same K9 that you gave employee of the month to is sitting there somewhere with somebody patting him and rubbing him and feeding him and giving him everything. Not no table food, some high dollar dog food, not no table scraps, the stuff that they used to throw us back in slave days. You talking about some dog food. Man, there's an inmate out there right now that probably needs some boxes and t-shirt, or a blanket, or a change of linen that don't have it right now at Unit 30, at Unit 29, at 26. Man, there's somebody out there right now that needs to go to medical, but there's no staff to take him to medical. But I guarantee you, if you feel like you had a problem, there's somebody to pick up Castro, and take him where he needs to go and look for some drugs. Man, it's utterly disbelievable in 2024 that you got the nerve and the gall to give a dog employee of the month when the morale of your people, when the disrespect of your people is at an all-time high. And with the racial tension, man, that's at an all-time high. You two, man, I don't need to put no name on it. You know, you standing on the outside like bookends. Yeah. There's somebody right now that ain't got their paperwork done by a case manager, and she working tirelessly trying to get somebody home to their family that deserves employee of the month. You know what I mean? There's somebody out there right now attending to somebody who done had a mental breakdown from being incarcerated. Come on, man. Now, how you gonna keep on pouring money, pouring water, a cup of water in the ocean, and thinking that it's going to change the tide of the current of the ocean? How you gonna keep on doing that? You putting millions and millions of taxpayer dollars into a silk. What's up, CJ? How y'all doing, man? Yeah, man, that shit really pissed me off, man. Like, for real. On an upper level disrespect, because I've seen, you know how many people, man, that want to walk away, but they're forced to stay because they need a job. Come on, man. But scared to speak something because I somehow said, oh, good old boy system. Man, I'm going to say it one more time before I get out here. I don't like crackers in my soup, man. And I'm not a racist. I help anybody, black, white, yellow, green, brown, whatever color he is. And people who know me know that. But disrespect is disrespect, whatever color it's in. Whether it's black disrespect, white disrespect, or whatever. But when you continue to use the system to disrespect me and my people, man, I got a problem with it. I got a problem with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know how many families I done had to call, man, because one of their loved ones got killed that didn't have for 2 or 3 years? You know how many people, man, you know how many times I done cried with families on the phone? You know how many times, man, I had to talk to an officer because she just seen somebody get murdered? You know how many times, man? More than you can even count. More than you can even count. And it's right now somebody that's scared to pick up the phone to call somebody and tell their loved one is not going to make it through the day in the Mississippi Department of Corrections. Yeah. But you give a mangy mutt, a donated mangy mutt, a dog, employee of the month. And you could have gave him happy with some kibbles and bits and a pat on the head. It shows you, man, that he's way more valuable than the people that come in and wear that blue.